It's time to answer your questions. Submit them however you want. Voicemail, email, Twitter, Facebook, your call. Danielle wrote in, hey guys, how often are you recognized in public? What's the typical reaction? Do most people attempt to talk politics with you? Are there a lot of people who ask for photos or autographs? How do you feel about that? Are there certain situations where you would prefer not to be approached? Okay, Lewis, you want to go first on this one?
I would say I am very rarely recognized in public. And the typical reaction is that, well, I guess half the time people recognize me, but they don't know where from. And so I kind of have to tell them. And I do. And I would say that they usually do not want to talk politics. They usually just want to say, what are you doing here? What's new? How are you? Occasionally, they will want to talk politics. They'll have a politician or story they want to talk about that they think is really crazy. No one has asked me for an autograph thus far.
Yep, no one has asked me for an autograph, but a few people have wanted to take selfies. Just the other day, I was on the west side of Manhattan, pretty far west, like I think near 11th Avenue. And I walked out of a building and a guy just was right there. And he said, oh, hey, David Pakman, I watch you on YouTube. Can we take a selfie? I said, sure. The entire interaction was probably under 30 seconds, I would say. The other day I was leaving the studio and I was waiting for the subway to go back to Brooklyn. And a guy came up to me and he said, hey, I'm Carl. I watch your show, whatever, which was great. So I think it's happened in New York 6 times since I moved here 18 months ago. So I guess that's like once every 3 months. I don't think it's that much. Back in Northampton, Massachusetts, when I go back there, since the show started there and it's a smaller area, and for a while we had more extensive media coverage, it happens way more often that I get recognized. And generally, that's great. I'm glad to talk to people and say hello. Rarely do people want to actually talk about politics. There was one time when I go to a conference, a political conference, that's where people recognize me more and want to talk politics. And that can be challenging because there's usually a lot going on. And, some people are not that aware of not monopolizing your time. So I'm trying to speak diplomatically here, but I've had a couple instances where someone wanted to just have a 45-minute conversation with me about the specifics of, traffic tickets as a source of police revenue or something like that. Perfectly valid topic. But when I'm at a conference for a couple days or a day and a half, that's not my favorite thing to necessarily engage in, but I'm always up for meeting people, Lewis. People often asking me where Lewis is, as if somehow Lewis and I are just always together or something like that, even when I'm in like a different part of the country or something. But I guess it's roughly once every 3 months here in New York.
Yeah, and I guess it's maybe close to the same here for me in Texas. They do like to take selfies, and I'm happy to meet fans. I mean, I think perhaps if I were being recognized more often, I might feel differently about it. But because it happens so infrequently, I'm totally fine with it.